My name is Jackie. I actually got my first tattoo at Lotus in 2011, and I've been coming ever since. Cool thing is I actually have a tattoo from everybody in the shop. I told them I was a true groupie now because I got a tattoo from everybody in the shop. The one tattoo I shared with you, the first one that Heather did for me, it was just, hey, can I have this tattoo? It was funny because when I come in, I said, can I have this tattoo done? And she's like, yeah, and I had the spelling wrong, and thank God she went back and checked because it would have been breath instead of breathe. So they make sure they check their spelling, so that's good. When Heather found out that there was more meaning behind why I was getting my tattoos, she was incredibly, it was pretty cool, she was incredibly sympathetic and understanding, and the fact that everybody treated decent, very decent. And then, like I said, I've gotten a tattoo from everybody in the shop, and everybody's been across the board just cool. Sometimes we get in here and joke around, and it's really fun. And then, you know, if I need to cry, I want to get my tattoo, I can cry, and you know, I don't think anything weird about that. So Heather found out about the me making the charms. You know, she asked, could or would I bring them here, which was incredibly touching. So that was pretty cool. And then they did all that themselves. I had no idea they were going to make the whole little bulletin board, and then you know, they made their little display thing, and that was huge and touching, and all the, you know, all those words that go with that. So it's kind of like an honor, but it's just the fact that somebody outside of my little circle cared enough to be a part of that, to share that. It was huge. It's huge. So that made it's like a safe place. Well, my daughter helped me name them Beautifully Broken because the marbles we actually cook them in the oven in an extreme high temperature, and then you dump them in ice and they shatter. So it's kind of metamorphosis you go through when you've been through some kind of abuse or whatever. And they're real pretty when they're in the light, but there's like a whole lot of reasons why we do everything we do. The significance of using the copper is, I told you my daughter's an electrician and she's struggling in a man's world. We moved back to Tennessee in 2010 from 21-year marriage to a domestic abusive husband, alcoholic, and he was mean to the kids. So that was part of, I came here with the three girls. They've had a rough go of it. They've been through a lot, and they're tough as heck. And she is, she's going to school. She's in her second year to become an electrician, and she came across that copper wire. She said, Mama, we can strip it and we can wrap it around those marbles instead of gluing the little caps on them. So that's where the copper comes into play. Instead of it being discarded and wasted, we used it as part of the story too. So instead of it being thrown away because it was technically not usable, we used the copper too. It was basically to raise awareness for the sexual assault and the domestic violence, and then raise money for the sexual assault center. I don't put a price on it. If people ask, I tell them whatever they want to donate. Every penny goes back to them. It's not about the money. It's a bigger story. The purple marble, or the purple color, stands for domestic violence. The teal marble for the actual sexual assault. The blue is for child abuse. The clear or white is for the sexual assault on campuses. The Sexual Assault Center in Nashville, that's where I went for my counseling. It's a godsend. They have a little sign when you walk in that says the healing starts here. That was pretty much where mine started. I don't know where I'd be if I hadn't come across them. I said, look, you know, the tattoo shop that I go to, they're going to be sending you guys a check. That's fine. So it's funny because the president, and he just retired in December. His name was Tim Tohill. He said it not one of their normal contributors, you know, because I guess they're used to a certain kind, but nonetheless, it was really cool because my therapist, we had talked about that survivors use tattoos as a form of healing. A lot more than people, I think, really realize. But she wasn't surprised. But I guess when you stop and think about a community place like this, like, you know, Lotus Tattoo, coming together to be a part of that, to actually donate to something that's really, it's personal. It's hugely personal. You know, it's not just, hey, I'm going to give you, you know, money for Girl Scout cookies. This is a whole nother level. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. If my tattoos is not part of my healing, for whether it's the abusive marriage, that, you know, that part of it, healing from that part, or from the assault, then it's geared around my children. And I've got tattoos that's like 5 of something, because I have the 5 kids. You know, I got 5 daisies, or I got 5 geckos, or I've got a couple of them in honor of my girls separately. So, I mean, they're all, my tattoos are based around those things that are very personal to me. They're not just a, you know, oh, hey, that's a cool tattoo, I think I'll get it. They're all very personal.